Hi everyone, Mo Saha here. I am an artist, avid art journaler, and a coloring book author. Today I am going to continue to work with my Grafix Mixed Media Journal. I have been working in this journal since the beginning of 2025, and each month I work on a page or a spread depending on the message I'm trying to create. This month in June, I continue to do the same. And along with my mixed media journal, today I'll be using another graphics product, which is the Blue Stencil Film. So if you're not familiar with the mixed media journal, let me just give you a simple introduction to that product. It is by Grafix, and it is an assortment of various surfaces that Grafix makes, and that includes the clear Duralar, matte Duralar, wet media Duralar, opaque white Durabright craft plastic, opaque black Durabright craft plastic, and natural chipboard. It also comes with 6 discs to hold the book together once it's done. I have not quite reached that stage yet. I am still exploring the various surfaces, and alongside today I intend to use the Blue Stencil Film. I have used this one, I believe, in February. This is where my book is at this moment, starting with January, and this was February. And I want to work on a page for June using the stencil film. So in May I used our store-bought stencil, but today I want to make something way simpler than this to mark the halfway point, the midpoint of the year, which is kind of hard to believe that we are already in June. The first thing that came to mind for me when I started thinking about my June page was the golden mean. It has always been something I have returned to. From extremes, I have always come back to the center. Extremes or extremities, I should say, I have come back to the center. So it is kind of seeking a balance by returning to center. Like if you look at a scale, the old-fashioned scales that were hung from chains, and there was a tray at the bottom attached to the chains, and you put stuff on your item on one side of the scale, and on the other side you put pre-weighed pieces, so you know what the weight of your item is. It's the kind of scale that is considered used in justice. So that the scale, it's balanced. Justice is done when the situation has been balanced. In that sense also. So coming back to the center, so a scale never really stays even. It goes up, it goes down, but there are moments when it achieves that equilibrium. I find that that is a moment of balance in life as well. For example, worked too much or did not work enough. Now there is a central point between the two extremes where enough was done. No matter where we have to stretch ourselves, we need to come back to the center to replenish ourselves, just to find that moment of rest. And then once we are replenished, we can stretch to the outer edges again as need be. My expression of the golden mean would have to be something symbolic. So I am going to take the stencil and cut a simple shape out of it in order for me to capture the essence of what I'm saying. So this is my clear Duralar, and this is my Blue Stencil Film. I already have the one I started cutting from in February. This, let me walk you through the details of this one as well. This is an acid-free heavyweight stencil film. It's blue, and it is 9 inches by 12 inches in dimensions. And I would say, you know, whenever I take one sheet out of this, I would use as much of it as possible there, so that to minimize wastage, because these are beautiful products. You want to be really respectful and make the most out of it, get the most out of it. And this is just, you know, a ballpoint pen. So I'm going to cut the outline. The stencil film is very easy to cut into. You can cut it with a craft knife. I'm using scissors, of course, because my shape is very simple. And I'm just going in, as you can see, cuts really easily, smoothly, clean cut. Sometimes it is really hard to go, you know, in a carve, cut in a carve. But I am having no difficulty using my scissors to do that. So the idea would be for this to be placed about here, and then whatever I want to write around it. This is my gold acrylic paint, and giving it a shake. Okay, so at this point I'm going to remove the stencil. I would say the edges came out fairly clean. As I dried the clear media duralar, you saw that the plastic did not start to become like curl up on itself, did not get too hot to handle. So these are the ease of working with the surface, really makes a difference. And there's no foul smell. It's just acts like paper, but it's not. It's far more durable and versatile. I just diluted a little bit, like little bit water into the gold paint, and I'm letting it come down. It's quite thick. Okay, so now I want to write on this. I'm wondering maybe if I can stamp what I want to say. Okay, so this is the Archival ink from Range, and this is just a very inexpensive stamp set, alphabet stamp set from Michael's that I got years ago. I want to use that. So the golden mean. So I'm going in with my word golden. Obviously you cannot do this very well if your paint is still wet. So just make sure that if the paint, at least on the spots that you are stamping, are actually dry. I want this page to be very simple. So I'm going to put moderation, moderation and temperance here. And this time I'll be stamping directly on the clear Duralar and not on the painted surface. So let's see how that works. This is very experimental for me. Having a little bit paint underneath might be helpful, but it's okay. It is still stamping, nothing is skidding off. So this works. And I have chosen an ink that is not going to wipe off. Oh, I don't like the E. So mistakes can happen. So if that happens, the beauty is you can wipe it off and just go on top. The surface being as versatile as it is, it's very forgiving, and I like that because when you are experimenting, it helps to have a little bit of a second chance in certain spots. Just drawing, kindergarten like stars all around. Something very simple to fill up the rest of the space without really interfering with anything. Like, I don't like it, kind of got smudged over here. So yeah, it is really easy to fix your mistakes, whether you are working with stamps or paint pens, and that I think makes a huge difference. And with that, I'm going to stop touching this page. I liked how it turned out. It's simple. It says what I needed to say. Staying in moderation, returning to balance, being temperate in my intentions, in my emotions, expression of emotions, as well as words and actions, creates a harmonious path for all. So I think that is an important thing to keep in mind as we walk through life in our own fields that also interact with the path of others. So being respectful of that, staying in the golden mean without straying and stretching to the extremities all the time. This does not mean you do not take risks. Risks are welcome. But knowing when to return to center, to replenish, is also very important. And with that, I come to the close of this video. I will see you with my next video in July. Bye.